We are ready. We're more than ready.
Forget what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you. Disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. When your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
See, when you unplug it. When you're doing something else. Wow. Trying to make a video and...
Oh, you don't want to do that, boy.
That's better. We didn't want to do that, but we did. Welcome to the At Odds Show. I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
My computer is frozen again. There we go.
I'm shocked.
It's Thursday, April 18th. We're coming to you via the Freedom Studios on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers in Liberty City. Where at today, Nate?
Isle of Man.
Isle of Man. You know, their coat of arms and their flag is a red field with 3 legs connected at the thigh in armor.
It's
cool.
It's pretty cool. It's like a wheel made out of human legs.
Yeah.
You can just go. What was that a Dr. Seuss thing? I think where the wheels were just feet. Pretty sweet.
Perhaps. Wow. Dr. Seuss. How do we get there?
I'm not real sure.
First thing we want to do is thank all of you for listening. Buy our book, My Parents Open Carry, at Amazon. Chug Dug T-shirts and other things you do, or they do. What do they do?
It's me.
Window decals and artwork and all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
I mean, not crap. I didn't mean crap. I meant good stuff.
I think that was right.
Good stuff. You can get an At Odd T-shirt from that website, only $10 in black.
10.
I dare you to buy a better T-shirt for $10 anywhere. Anywhere in the light web or the dark web.
Right, but you do have to buy the At Odds T-shirt so you can compare and send us pictures.
Right.
So.
Wow,
perfect.
no wonder you're a millionaire.
Yeah. That's not why I'm a millionaire, Brian.
I don't know. We have a hodgepodge, a potpourri, if you will, of different things to talk about. Like
this
we
is
do
interesting.
most weeks.
So sometimes Isle of Man is referred to as man, right?
Just man?
Yeah, and the head of state is Queen Elizabeth II, who holds the title Lord of Man.
Prince Charles has been saying that forever.
It's interesting.
That's her son, but Prince Philip, her husband, probably.
It's been inhabited since 6500 BC. That's interesting.
Yeah, so is my attic with bats. So
6500 BC. Wow.
I had a good joke with you yesterday. We were working on a project, and I handed you my cool knife, and the knife has a handle made from Petoskey stones. And those that don't know what a Petoskey stone is, it's a hexagonaria coral fossil.
It's a stone you find in Petoskey, Michigan.
Well, you find it all over the state and other places. And it's the state stone of Michigan, and it's popular. It's cool. Yeah. And I had a knife made with that.
You did.
And I handed it to Nate, and he was opening some boxes with it and stuff, and I said, be careful. That knife is over 350 million years old. Bum.
And that was the response you got.
Right,
was,
because the fossils are 350 million years old. So
hilarious.
It was kind of funny. Okay.
It was. What?
You thought it was a little funny.
It was clever.
Clever. I'll take that.
I mean, it's a little cliche for you to make a joke about stone.
I know. So I want to hear more about the Isle of Man.
Oh, I don't. I closed it. I don't know anything about it.
I wanted to know their DDP and their
it's
famous exports
under English rule. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's an isle, isn't it?
It is
off the south. Was it the south
It's in Europe, and there's some man there.
I want to think it was on the south side of London, or I mean of England. Like
I have no idea.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it looks like it's not on the south side. Looks like just to the west of England.
West, okay. Southwest,
Somewhere?
give me that. Southwest?
Not
Not due west.
Let me see. It's
Due west is like Newfoundland or Maine or something.
Yeah, don't know.
All right. I want to wish everyone a early Patriots Day.
4.1 billion squigglies was their estimated GDP.
Huh. What's a squiggly?
$53,800 US
Oh.
per capita.
Fascinating. Happy early Patriots Day tomorrow.
They use the
Oh, boy.
the day, month, year date
That's
format.
Fascinating.
Okay, what now?
Nothing.
Happy Good Friday.
Good Friday tomorrow, and it's Patriots Day. April 19th, as you know, is the Battle of Concord, Lexington, which we may or may not get into later today. We need to stop the earthquake that's happening in the Isle of Man,
Not going to happen. There's a dance party upstairs.
and we need to tell the Cha-Cha girls to cool it.
Not going to happen.
Also today, Nate, is National Animal Cracker Day. I like animal crackers in my soup. I didn't bring any. I thought you would have them.
Well, I do, but nobody told me we were talking about Animal Cracker Day.
It's on the prep page.
I don't look at it before the show.
Been on there for, at least 24 hours.
I don't look at it.
Okay. Moving on.
What about National Animal Cracker Day?
I got
is
nothing.
that today.
Who knows? A great lobby? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But I like animal crackers in my soup. Like the song.
Loop-de-loop.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Nate, what do you weigh a millennial with?
Well, I thought we did jokes at the end, but okay.
No, I want to
Just
get to
whatever you want to do. Let's just change everything.
What do you weigh a millennial with?
What?
What do you weigh a millennial with?
A scale?
No, an Instagram. Not pounds or regular grams. It's Instagrams, see? Because they use a lot of social media.
It would be like,
them
what
young
do
kids.
you weigh Brian with? A telegram.
No, because
not funny.
It doesn't. I
It's a
don't.
terrible joke.
I don't relate to telegrams at all. I was born after those. What the hell is going on up there?
I was looking up National Animal Cracker Day.
Yeah.
And you are supposed to observe the national holiday by buying animal crackers at your local grocery store and share them with friends and family.
That's great.
Nobody can locate the creator of National Animal Crackers Day.
No, he's
I
ground up in boxes
guessing
somewhere.
it was Barnum's. Okay, I'm done with that.
I don't know. Did you put the Russian collusion thing in there?
No, you did.
I did?
Yeah. So
you added to it.
Yeah, I did.
I was listening to the radio on the way to the Isle of Man, and I love this. It's like, well, the report didn't say that he wasn't guilty. They didn't prove that he wasn't guilty.
That's true.
It's
They
like
didn't.
saying, we've been searching for God for 2 years now, and we haven't found any evidence, but that doesn't mean he doesn't exist. It's usually not how the law works.
So,
law is you try to find enough evidence to find somebody guilty of a crime, not saying, well, we've tried our damnedest, but, we couldn't pin it on him.
Well,
That's what it's saying.
But they want to keep it going. They're not ready to give it up. So, yeah, the somewhat redacted version of the Mueller report, the Russia collusion report, was released today. It said basically what Barr said it said, that there was no evidence of collusion. Trump was not found guilty of collusion. Mueller said he didn't feel comfortable making a decision on obstruction of justice, so he would leave that up to the Attorney General, which is fine. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I
don't think it's over.
There were notes about why Trump fired Comey from the FBI, saying that it was because Comey wouldn't publicly state that the president wasn't under investigation. Okay.
And they also said it was within his prerogative under the Constitution to release and fire, those officials. Same with the Attorney General and everyone else that he fired. He has the power to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. There is something interesting in here. Apparently, in the report, it says that Trump, after learning that Rosenstein appointed Mueller as the lead to lead the investigation, it says, quote, slumped back in his chair and said,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, this is terrible. This is the end of my presidency. I'm effed."
Yeah. And that's an admission of guilt.
That's exactly what
That's what they're trying to say.
That's exactly what the left will try to tell you.
Well, they are actually doing that.
They are doing what?
Saying that.
That's what I just said.
I know. You said trying to, but they're, I guess, yeah. They're doing it.
Yeah.
And, of course, what it meant was it's going to be a pain in my ass, this report, and it's not going to help me get reelected.
Which is exactly what Trump said, but
Right,
they don't
that's
like
how
to
he
lead
meant
with
it.
that. He said, everyone tells me if you get one of these independent counsels, it ruins your presidency. Takes years and years and I won't be able to do anything. It's the worst thing that has ever happened to me.
Right. So context is important.
It's extremely important. I don't know. What do you want? There's a lot to read about it. I think there's a lot more to come out.
We'll see.
We will see.
Let's see.
It did say, though, and this is another big one that they're running with, is that the Trump campaign was interested in the leaked emails or the hacked emails that WikiLeaks had, that the Trump campaign was interested in what might be in those emails.
Yeah.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
Of course. First of all, everybody was. Second of all, if you're running a campaign against somebody, having emails that they wrote that could be damaging to their campaign is like perfect for you, and also not illegal. So,
and timing's important. 2020 is approaching.
What about it? Oh, I meant
election.
No. This was back during the last campaign when WikiLeaks was.
Yeah, but they probably have things they haven't released yet.
I guess so.
It'd be nice
I mean,
to see what else
we
they
didn't
have.
talk last week. Do we have Julian Assange on here this week being arrested?
I
and
deleted it. It's old news.
Has anything been released?
I haven't heard anything.
Remember he had that dead man switch where if he
I
was
know.
arrested, everything would be dropped?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
that may have been a bluff.
It might have been. Turns out it didn't work, did it?
Not so far.
All right.
Apparently, there was a big fire in Paris. One of many.
The Eiffel Tower?
Not the Eiffel Tower.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Not in Italy, is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
It's in Italy.
Yeah, it is. It's in Pisa, Italy.
It's like the tower of that place.
I know. It's the damn tower. It's leaning, I heard.
It is, but not on purpose, which is interesting.
No, this was the Grand Notre Dame Cathedral. And boy, the world just went nuts with this.
Where's the hunchback going to live now?
He's homeless.
Yeah, that's sad.
He might not even have survived. There were 80,000 bees up there, too, they're worried about.
Really?
Yeah. And
is life on Earth going to end because of all those bees? Because that's what I heard. Every time you kill a bee, it
shortens
harms humans.
12 years, buddy, 12 years. Right?
That's what I heard before.
Yeah, 12 years. No, they kept a bunch of bees up there, which is kind of cool. My daughter is studying entomology, so she thinks that's cool. But they don't know if they survived with the fire and the water and the this and that and this and this, and they don't know. But the thing is with bees is they can fly away. I don't know if all of them would, but
You mean if it started burning, they could just like?
But you know what
leave?
smoke does to bees? It makes them like inactive, so they would probably stay there because beekeepers use smoke to calm them down. They're like just chilling, and then all of a sudden, boy, is it getting hot in here to you? I think it's getting hot in here.
I don't know, man.
Damn honey's melting.
I don't know, man. It's pretty cozy. If
Let's
you
stay
ask me.
here. Toasty. That's sad. But what's sad is this beautiful icon that they've spent billions of dollars over the centuries on building and maintaining. I made a comment about what if they used that money to help feed the hungry and find shelter for homeless and treat the sick. instead of building a shrine to preach the word of Jesus, instead of actually doing what Jesus, I think, would have wanted, and that was going out and helping the poor and the less fortunate.
Yeah.
And everybody said, well, it's not your money. People can do what they want with it.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely true. That was not my point at all. My point was what could have been done. And now they're going to spend, they've raised $1 billion so far, to restore it. That's fantastic.
No,
but
I
$1
think
billion goes a long way.
I think it's super ridiculous. I think it's almost in every case hypocritical of people who are, these are rich people. Why didn't they use their money like I think they should have used their money? Come on. I mean, really.
But it's not all rich people, Nate, because the people that donate $10 and $20, those add up. There's a lot of those.
Whatever it is, I don't
care.
care. It doesn't matter.
That's not my point. I'm not saying they should do that. They have to do that. I'm saying what could they do with that money?
Sure.
That's better than just
what
putting it into...
What could we have done with the money that we used to buy these microphones? We probably could have done something better with it.
Yeah, but I'm not being hypocritical and saying I am an organization that's devoted to helping the poor and less fortunate.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not my...
I think it's ridiculous.
Bailiwick.
I think it's ridiculous.
Fine, you can say it's ridiculous.
I did.
It's not.
I said it's ridiculous.
Millions of people agree with me. Millions.
Wow.
At least millions.
Wow. That must mean you're right.
At least one.
Let's take a vote.
Come on, that's a bandwagon fallacy, Nate. You know that. That's an appeal to popularity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's see what.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done with the cathedral. This is.
I'm going on with it.
With what?
The investigators in Paris said they think it might be an electrical short circuit.
Maybe.
Even though they haven't really been in there to do any investigating.
Well, it might be. Maybe they could tell by the color of the
We don't
flame.
even have a go-ahead to go in there and search the rubble or work in the cathedral because of safety concerns. But the French President Macaroni set an ambitious goal of rebuilding the famed cathedral even more beautifully in 5 years. Since then, donations have been pouring in all over the world. It surpassed 1 billion marks yesterday. Oh, not $1 billion, but 1 billion marks. Now, the rector of Notre Dame has also proposed building a small temporary church on the plaza outside the monument so that the faithful have a place to worship while the cathedral is closed for renovation. Monsignor Patrick Covette said, "We mustn't say the cathedral is closed for 5 years and that's it. Can I not build an ephemeral cathedral on the Esplanade?" Which is a big flat area.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. It just gets in the way of the renovation.
Well, it depends on where you put it. I think there's plenty of
space. Are they going to house
there.
homeless in there, too?
There's a lot of space there for it.
Are they going to feed homeless in there, too?
Oh, my God. Are you feeding homeless? Come on.
I'm not saying I should.
Just really, I think it's absolutely absurd.
So you think a church is better than people?
No.
That's what you're saying?
I think we shouldn't judge what people do with their own money. Who cares? I'm sure they do a lot of good. I'm sure you do a lot of good.
I think we can
Great.
judge people on what they do with their money.
Of course we can. You're doing it.
Thank you.
I said we shouldn't.
Can I borrow $20?
No. Damn it. Remember when you tried to borrow $1 from McDonald's?
I know.
How'd that go?
Didn't work out so well. I had to put my french fries back.
And they didn't like that so much.
Oh.
So this is really cool. I know you probably know about this. Assassin's Creed Unity. It's a game that came out in 2014.
Sure. Yeah.
It had a really cool artistic representation of the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
They spent 14 months creating this thing as it looked in the 1700s, so not super recent artistic rendition of it. They've offered to help rebuild it by,
giving them their blueprint.
Their blueprint, the software they have, their expertise on creating models and that sort of thing. I think it's pretty cool. But it's Ubisoft.
But they don't need that because there was an architect who's now passed away that took laser measurements of the whole cathedral, and they have every square centimeter of it electronically. So they're set. What's interesting is that the 3 black churches in Louisiana that burnt over the last few weeks that the people haven't been talking much about, they had a GoFundMe. And before the fire, they had like $50,000 raised, And then after the fire, the donations came in, and I think they have $1.3 million now in donations.
Good for them. After the cathedral fire, you
But
mean.
after the Notre Dame fire, people were, geared up to help.
Yeah,
but I'm just
what
thinking,
happens.
Nate, I have a question. What could $1.2 million do to help the poor and the less fortunate?
It could do a lot of things.
Right. All right. We can move on, maybe? I don't know.
I guess we
have
could.
Enough time?
Did I mention that I think that's a ridiculous way to look at it?
Are you at odds with me?
Yeah, but I'm right. So.
And I'm right.
It's not possible.
Wrong. We can't both be right, can we?
No.
Okay. What if I agreed with your position? Then we'd both be right?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
It defies logic. Did you get your taxes done?
I think. Taxes?
Yeah. What? What the hell are taxes?
What are you talking about? You're making me nervous.
Been
What's
working
the
under
date?
the table. It's February 15th. You've got plenty of time.
I have been working under the table. Do
I know
you
it.
see
On top.
the puzzle I'm building down there?
No, but I know you've been redoing your
Get it?
office, so
Under
you
the
probably
table?
were under the table there,
Redoing my office.
putting the screws to things.
Nah, I don't have to build it. It's already built.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You didn't put a table in there? A little extra table?
I
For your
didn't.
tea set? I have in my office. I have
some
an actual.
crumpets.
I have a nice round table where my coffee maker's on.
Yeah.
And my crumpets and my little napkins and extra cups for guests and stuff. It's all set up there. It's really nice.
It is nice.
I grind my own coffee in my office.
And everyone else in
They
your
hate-
building
they
love
hate
that.
They hate that.
Well, and our listeners also hate it. You
Anyways.
really do that.
What?
You really do grind coffee beans in your office.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying. I have a nice table, and if you're gonna spend 2-3 hours a day in your office working,
Yeah, I don't believe you. You'd spend that much in there working.
But let's say I do. It's nice to have fresh ground coffee in the morning.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
And
I get a local bean.
I make my coffee and take it in this growler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait a
And
minute.
then when I get home, I make one. It's a growler. Can't see it, but
It's a
my
nice-
wife got me that.
That's nice.
It is nice.
You know what? She could have used that money to help the poor.
Yeah.
Now,
I want to see your tax returns.
I don't even see them.
Tax returns? What's that? So did you get your taxes done?
Oh yeah, we've already got a refund, I think.
Yeah.
Which, was surprising. I was really feared because everybody's saying, "Oh, small refunds." And
Was it bigger than?
It was about the same as last year, so
Okay. Yeah, mine was a little bigger.
might have been a little more.
Yeah.
Which,
Turns out I
nothing to be proud
I
of.
paid quite a bit less in taxes this last year than previous years.
More deductions?
No.
How did you pay less?
Well, yeah, I mean, because
you had a kid.
because-
Well, no, you had the kid last tax return, didn't you? Yeah, he's over a year old.
more deductions, I guess,
Yeah.
is the answer. Yes,
Yeah, okay.
but not for what you're thinking. The standard deduction was doubled for married to like
Yeah, but you also-
24,000 or something.
You
like
include
that.
your dog and your dogs and cats.
I have a lot of dependents.
15.
Why do you think I keep all those guinea pigs?
Bert and Ernie and the gang. It helps at tax time. Well, anyways, it says here that individuals and businesses spend 8.9 billion hours a year on federal tax paperwork,
Wow, I spent half of those.
which is equivalent to 4.3 million people working full-time year-round. The tax army is 3 times larger
Oh,
than our
gosh.
uniformed army.
What's the tax army mean, though? That's the IRS, right?
No, it's people doing it. It's people, private businesses.
Oh, I understand.
Everybody
So they're
working
just
on it.
calling it an army so they
Right.
can compare it to
Right.
an actual army. That's ridiculous.
It says, let's see, Tax Foundation has found that replacing the federal income tax with a simple flat tax would reduce the paperwork burden by about 90%.
Well, no crap.
But a flat tax favors the rich. There's no question about that.
And we know you're apparently biased against the rich, and you think you should direct how they spend their money.
I do, and I think that they should take their tax refunds and give it to the poor.
Yeah. I think trying to be fair with things in life just gets you where everybody loses. If we're all paying a flat tax and it's less of a burden on the rich than the non-rich, bummer. At least it would be less taxes and much simpler for everybody.
Right, but it favors the rich.
I say become rich.
Because let's say it's a 15% tax.
Yeah.
15% of $50,000 a year is a greater burden than 15% on $2 million a year. Because the cost of actually living, gas and clothing and stuff per families is about the same.
Well,
but the one making
guess
$50,000 a year has a bigger chunk, even though it's 15%. It sounds fair, but when you look at it, it's not.
I guess. Well, right. That's why I said I don't care about being fair.
But I wouldn't mind if it were much simpler, and it could be simpler even if it was a progressive tax.
But
you
somebody
pay from this to this, you pay this. You do this to this, you pay that.
Well, that's what we do now.
Yeah, but it's a little more funkier than that
because
got all
of deductions and everything else.
Yeah, everything else.
Yeah. But somebody that makes $2 million a year probably has a different lifestyle and different spending than somebody that makes.
Yeah, that's the choices they have. But if you're looking at just the
Right.
raw survivability, that 15%
geez.
on the 50,000 family of four is takes a bigger toll on their income than a family of four making $2 million and paying 15%.
I have an idea. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's eliminate income tax.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, but that's an idea.
So is monkeys coming out of my butt.
Neither is a flat tax, a simple flat tax. That's not
Right.
going to happen either.
No, it's
So
not.
why are we talking about it?
Well, I thought it'd be fun. I'm trying to fill some time. We've
I
got
thought
nothing today.
I thought my suggestion would be fun.
Which was what? Which was what? What was your suggestion?
Eliminate income tax.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's talk about that.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's the simplest.
There's nothing to talk about.
It's fun. I like to think about it. I have dreams about it.
Do you?
No.
I was going to say, if that's your dreams, you're live a sad and
I have
loner
nightmares
life.
about the actual state of income tax.
Yeah. And it's not just income tax; it's all the damn taxes. It's just
You ever
when you add it all up, it's just incredible how governments really rape us.
you ever try to deal with sales tax in 50 states?
Oh, I bet businesses that do internet stuff. Oh my goodness, what a mess! I just wouldn't pay them.
I mean, I think you can do that for a time.
Yeah. Well, what you do is then you switch over to the dark web and you're all set.
I'm moving to the dark web.
www.darkness.com.
Which, for all of you Arizona equals freedom lovers, their tax
Tell us about it, Nate.
the worst.
Why?
The worst. Well, they don't actually have a sales tax.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
That's freedom.
So I guess it's fine. They have a some sort of transaction tax.
Oh, so it's a tax by another name.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Well, it's still a tax. So to say that they don't have a sales tax.
No. They have something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's.
How high is it? What's the percentage?
Well, the thing is, each city can
Oh my God.
tack onto it, and then you have to register in each city.
This is
cities
for
can force you to register
sales of
Yeah.
things.
It's
Wow.
It's the transaction privilege tax.
Boy, that's a
And
big
the- and
brother
the-
term.
Yeah.
Taxation privilege account.
But check this out. This is from Arizona's
Privileged department. Department of Privilege.
Yeah. It is, although commonly referred to as sales tax, the Arizona Transaction Privilege Tax is actually a tax on a vendor for the privilege of doing business in the state.
Sure. So they're not taxing the people that buy stuff. They're taxing the vendor.
Yes,
But that's a distinction without a difference.
it is. If the vendor's smart, yeah,
They pass it on. I mean, come on. Who's
it's
really paying
insane.
tax?
It's insane.
Consumers. That's crazy. You want to take a break, or do you want to put illegals in sanctuary cities?
I think we should take a break. Let's do that.
I don't know if you know this, but I have a trivia question.
Okay, go for it.
It's a presidential question.
Okay.
Pretty easy. I think everybody will know this. Are you going to add a trivia question or not?
Nope.
Okay,
you
good.
complained last time.
No, I was complaining. I was in a surly mood last week, and I apologize for that. So if you want to add a trivia anytime you would like.
That's the first time you've ever apologized.
Yeah.
Ever.
You can do that.
In your life.
I takes it back. All right, here's the tour.
You all right?
Yeah, who is the only U.S. president? Ooh.
That's it.
No way. I don't know. I don't know if you could really say this. I didn't really think of this because once I said it, I went, ooh. But it's a technicality. So I'm going to say the question, and then we can discuss why I think it's a technicality. Who is the only U.S. president with a Ph.D. or who had a Ph.D.? Be living or dead. And I'll give you a clue. This person was actually a professor.
Okay. The only president with a PhD.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Now, the thing is, there's a lot of them that have Juris Doctorates, which were attorneys, and that's considered a PhD or a doctorate, but it's not technically a PhD.
Got it. So keep that in mind.
So I'm not counting those.
All right. We'll be right back.
All right.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
You know advertising works, and as you listen to this right now, so are others. Advertising on the internet is a proven way to get your message out there. So if you have a business or some message you want to get out, why not advertise on At Odds? Our rates are reasonable, and we can create and record an ad for you at no charge. If you already have a 15, 30, or 60-second audio ad, we can play it on our show. At Odds can be heard on Red State Talk Radio, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and you can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can mail us at talk@oddshow.com, and we can discuss and personalize an ad campaign for you today.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At Odds.
The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDoug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDoug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDoug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds show,
And we know you do.
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color?
So support our show. Check out the great prices at chugdug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And, unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed.
Hello, my name is Don. After you reboot your computer, you should listen to the At Odds show.
I don't know what that was.
It was a little racist, but okay. All right. The question is, who is the only U.S. president with a Ph.D., not counting a Juris Doctorate for attorneys? We had some guesses. Lots of guesses.
Yeah.
You want to name
we
a
had
couple?
Bush, Eisenhower, Lyndon B. Johnson, Reagan,
Lyndon B.
Taft,
Johnson.
Obama,
Oh, it's like Johnny B. Good.
the other Bush, Roosevelt, Fillmore,
The other Bush.
Benjamin Franklin, Nixon, Ford, Obama. Did I already say Obama? Clinton.
A lot of those had
Let's see.
law degrees.
Yeah, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, John Quincy Adams.
Clue would be, I think, the League of Nations and World War I.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, William Harding.
This person was the president of Princeton University.
Peter Frampton. Oh, Princeton.
He was also the 34th governor of New Jersey before winning
Wow.
the 1912 presidential election.
That's super exciting. 1912.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson.
It was sort of a political science, social stuff degree.
I mean, he was a socialist, so
Yes.
that makes sense.
He was a member of the Democratic Party. Wilson served as the president of Princeton University. Let's see. As president, he oversaw the passage of progressive legislative policies unparalleled until the New Deal in 1933.
Yeah.
He also led the United States during World War I.
Didn't take long to be paralleled, did it?
No.
20 years. Yikes.
Now, what's interesting, on this day in 1775,
Ooh.
Paul Revere and William Dawes set out on a horseback ride to warn of British attacks out of Boston, marching towards armories in Concord and Lexington. And they wanted to capture Patriot leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock. As the British departed Boston, Paul Revere and William Dawes set out on horseback from the city to warn Adams and Hancock and to rouse the Patriot militias men. Right?
The British are coming.
Tensions between the American colonies and Britain approached a breaking point, especially in Massachusetts, where Patriot leaders formed a shadow revolutionary government and trained militias to prepare for armed conflict with the British troops occupying Boston. General and then governor of Massachusetts, Thomas Gage, got instructions from England to seize all stores of weapons and gunpowder accessible to the American insurgents, and he ordered British troops to march against Concord and Lexington. The Patriots had been preparing for such a British military action for some time, and upon learning of the plan, Paul Revere and Dawes set off across the Massachusetts countryside, taking separate routes in case one should get captured. Where am I here? Oh, they got captured. Oh, my God. Let's see. Patriots in Charlestown wait for a signal from Boston informing them of the British troop movements. Remember, one if by land, two if by sea. And I think it was one. Oh, no, two if they were crossing. Two lanterns were hung. They're coming across the river, Cambridge River. The armed Patriots set out for Lexington, Concord accordingly. Along the way, Paul Revere and Dawes roused hundreds of Minutemen who armed themselves. Revere arrived in Lexington shortly before Dawes, but together they warned Adams and Hancock to get the hell out of town. Then they set out for Concord. And along the way, British troops did catch Paul Revere, but Dawes lost his horse, forcing him to walk to Lexington. They met up with Samuel Preston, a young patriot who was riding with them. He escaped and rode on to Concord.
Patriot?
The Patriots. To warn the Patriots, I hate saying the Patriots there, after being roughly questioned for an hour or two, Revere was released. when the patrol heard militia alarm guns being fired on their approach to Lexington. 700 British troops arrived in the town to find 77-man strong colonial militia under Captain John Parker waiting for them. Let's see. We don't know exactly what happened. But Pitcairn, the commander of the British, ordered the outnumbered Patriots to disperse, and after a moment's hesitation, the Americans began to drift off the green. Suddenly, the shot heard round the world was fired from an undetermined gun, and a cloud of musket smoke soon covered the green. When the brief battle of Lexington ended, 8 Americans lay dead and 10 others wounded.
Wow.
And only 1 British soldier was injured. But the American Revolution had begun. This day in history, 1775.
Wow, yeah. So now someone reminded me, go read Paul Revere's Ride, the poem.
Pull it up right now, and I'll read it right now.
It's way too long.
I know.
You want me to read it?
No, please no. Let's see. Well, we'll see how short we are at the end. Maybe we will.
You can read a line or two. Listen, my children. All right, that filled a little time.
And you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. That's all I know. All right. Apparently in California.
Oh, this is great.
The police department redesigned their cars, and they went to the old-fashioned black and whites, which are cool. But in the white area in the middle, in big letters, they had the name of their city and police there, and it was in a flag motif. So it wasn't really a flag, but it was some stars.
The letters were kind of colored with flag colors.
Somewhat abstract.
American flag,
to
be precise.
And people went crazy because it triggered them, and it made them felt uncomfortable that they were. It reminded them that they were an American city. I don't understand that.
What city was this?
Oh.
I got it. Don't.
Okay, get it. You're a lot faster.
It will
be here all day waiting for mine. And I got a picture of it there. I know no one can see it but us, but yeah, it looks fine. It's the flag code said you're not supposed to use the American flag on anything. But this isn't the American flag per se. This is an abstract of blue and white and red with some stars. It's alludes to a U.S. flag. So I think it's perfectly proper to use that. Did you find the town?
Yeah, Laguna Beach.
Is that near the water?
No.
I didn't think so.
But don't worry, the city council will take up the issue again.
Yeah, and they're going to cave, and they're going to take it off.
Of course they are.
Ridiculous.
Spend more tax money to remove it.
Speaking of stickers on vehicles.
Oh, this is good.
I didn't realize this was such a thing.
I didn't either.
I think
it's going away.
Yeah,
which
because
is good.
People are tired of it.
They realize I've never seen it.
This started with a Facebook post by a chief of police of a small town, and I don't know where it was, but he was holding up a little sticker decal, and he was urging all the citizens of his town to go pay the $15 privilege tax.
Yeah.
He didn't call it tax. The $15 fee to put this sticker on your car. And if you don't, I'm forced to enforce this and give you a citation. Now,
look, he's just following orders.
And the citation will allow you so many days to come in and buy a sticker, and we'll waive the citation. Otherwise, it's a $35 fine. So it's a $15 ticket or a $35 fine, but we have to enforce it because that's what we're told to do. When I looked at it a few days ago, 70,000 comments, and not one of them that I saw. Well, there was one. Oh, police do a hard job.
I saw a couple like that.
But for most part, it was, this is ridiculous. So I looked more into it.
And what it is, it's every vehicle owned by a resident in the city has to have this sticker
so if you own
that identifies
cars,
it as a resident's car.
Yeah, which is creepy, I think.
What's the point?
A tax. It's to raise money. And I'll tell you how much in a minute here. It'll make you sick.
I already have to put a sticker on the back of my car to show you that I'm a resident of the state and I paid my tax this year.
Chicago has these
And
stickers.
believe me, if you don't, they'll pull you over and let you know.
They're $87 for a residential car. It goes up more for trucks and commercial vehicles. Some cities are stopping the practice because they're realizing that that's terrible. And some are going to a voluntary sticker. You can buy one if you want. And they're saying, well, what it does is it shows proof of residency. Like if your street is closed for a festival or there's road construction for local traffic only, they see your sticker and say, okay, yeah, you can come in here or whatever.
Yep.
Seems like there was a lot of them in Illinois. It seems very popular there. Lombardy, Illinois, population of 44,000. Estimated vehicle stickers last year generated $550,000 a year.
Wow.
On a sale of 25,000 stickers.
Dang.
So if you take 25,000 divided by 44, gives you an average.
No.
Another guy says, so this was, okay. So the financial director for the city said, the money that we make doesn't reflect the roughly 75,000 of direct costs associated with the program, like printing the stickers, mailing applications, enforcing it, blah 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 blah. It's crap. It's extortion. It's you live in our town, you're going to pay for the privilege, damn it, because it pays for roads. And who could be against roads?
People with flying cars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet, it deters.
You'd have an air fee.
It deters some people. Oh, you mean like
drone
FAA
fees.
licensing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people aren't going to want to live in your city.
Right. Or they'll live there, but they won't buy a car because they don't want to pay the fee, and so that will reduce congestion.
Oh, so that's a benefit?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would prefer nobody else own a car.
Just you?
Just me.
That's nice.
Do they have smooth roads? Probably not.
No, I doubt it.
Maybe better than Michigan roads, but
it's just we're talking about taxes. It's another friggin' tax.
It is another tax.
Ooh, now we can talk about the dark web.
Oh, good.
Did you know this? That ISIS?
Where are we? Okay, here we are.
ISIS makes posts on social media on how to buy guns on the dark web. Doesn't tell them that they can legally buy them on the light web.
Like at the gun store down the street?
Down the street or in some places from
this
your
is
neighbor.
really useful.
So it says their advice starts out like this. Do you live with unbelievers in the same country, the same city, in the same building? Every day you see on the news your brothers being killed by atomic bombs.
Every day.
Banned missiles and phosphorus shells.
To be fair, I don't think that our media in America is telling us the truth all the time. Maybe there are atomic bombs killing people all over the world, and we just...
I doubt it. You want to take revenge, right? You want to make unbelievers bleed, right? You want to make them pay for killing children and women. And in every state of the
What accent are you doing?
So it has a series of questions and answers. Do you have a rifle? No. A pistol? No. You got money? Yes. Allah be praised.
Are they Russian?
That's what
are you doing?
Okay, brother, follow these steps, and by the willing of Allah, you will find what you need. Message goes on to detail how to set up and access the dark web, warns to use only emails that offer client-end encryption or decryption, instructs interested parties to stop JavaScript when on the dark web, and show how to create a cryptocurrency wallet. You want me to say that again? Oh, so go www. Jihad USA. Kill all America. Death to America.
.onion?
No, this is not the Onion. Is it?
No, the dark web, man.
It's the Onion?
Oh, jeez.
I don't get it. What?
I know.
Tell me.
No,
educate me.
Look, there's nothing that special about the dark web.
No.
At all.
I want you to elaborate on it. You know about the dark web.
I run it. I invented the dark web. Back when Al Gore was inventing the internet, I said, you know what? Al? That's a little bit too bright.
You and him were drinking scotch.
$25 shots of Johnny Walker Gold.
Yeah.
And
It's the best. Yep.
Alto.
Alto, Michigan.
Come on, talk about a tax.
That's a ripoff. That actually happened.
Yeah, it did. Not with Al Gore.
No, you and I. We went to the small little country bar and ordered. We never tried that. Let's try it. Got the bill. It was $50 for 2 drinks.
It was 2, yeah. And we didn't invent the internet while we were there either.
No, if we had, we could pay $25 for a drink and not
annoyed
bitch
some
about
locals, maybe, but
we did do that. We did that yesterday. I did.
Did what? Oh,
I
yeah,
annoyed
you did.
Some locals.
Yeah, you did.
In a bar.
Yep.
All right.
It's fine.
They were motorcycle people,
Look,
too.
just Google dark web, and the NSA won't follow you.
No, you'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
I think you could buy atomic bombs there.
You know, there's a lot of legitimate things on the dark web, right? That are not illegal.
No, there can't be.
Like puzzles, games, riddles.
You
good
are kidding me.
information. You can buy
but
legal
they're
things.
poisonous, though, aren't they? Oh,
they're poisonous.
Yeah, puzzles of young children naked.
They're not poisonous.
That's what you mean.
They're not poisonous. They're venomous. There's a difference.
You're right. The venom is poisonous.
Well, there probably is also. I mean, there is for sure also illegal things on the dark web, just like there are on the web. I just get annoyed. It's just the internet, only different. I mean, they're encrypted websites.
It bothers you.
It bothers me because there's a lot of hype put around it.
Sure, it is.
And it's
people are selling protection from the dark web. You know, we'll let you know if somebody's using your Social Security number on the dark web.
You mean like Norton?
Yeah.
Norton Antivirus? Go to their website. They have an article that tells you how to access the dark web safely, because you can.
I don't know what. I think you're preaching anarchy there, son.
Yeah,
that can't be good.
You know the government's on the dark web too. They're lurking.
Well, of course they are. They're trying to find all the bad people on the dark web. We're running out of time.
I'm sorry. I'm just annoyed.
Do we? What's our time?
2 minutes.
Well, we can either talk about the student who makes a threat with a 3D gun.
No.
Or we can do the Michigan Seniors Living Center.
No.
Okay.
Israel lands spacecraft on the moon. That's exciting.
That's old news. Mountain Dew, Popper Moonshine. Old Smoky Moonshine, a Tennessee distillery, locked in a legal battle with Pepsi-Cola over the use of the term Mountain Dew, filed a motion a month or so ago to allow any company to use the phrase for alcoholic beverages.
Mountain Dew.
Right. They're calling it, what do they call it? They're calling it Old Smoky Mountain Dew Moonshine. That's what they want to call their booze. And Pepsi-Cola company are saying, ooh, that's an infringement on our trademark. And the liquor's saying, listen, you can't own Mountain Dew. That's a term that's been used for moonshine before Pepsi-Cola was even a smile on Pepsi's dad's face or something.
What?
Yeah, it's been a moonshine. And
I'm pretty sure there is no Mountain Dew in Mountain Dew.
Right, but they're talking about the term Mountain Dew.
I understand.
I would understand if it was a soda pop company.
Soda pop.
Da-dum, bum, bum.
What else?
We can do a joke.
No, let's not do a joke.
I got nothing. Oh, 3D student 3D done real quick.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, fine.
Okay, do it real quick.
Damn you. So a kid makes a 3D gun, and it's obviously a toy because you look at a picture of it, and it looks like a Nerf toy that you'd buy.
Yeah.
This is in Katy, Texas. Sheriff deputies says a 14-year-old student is in custody after making a terrorist threat with a 3D gun. Of course, the media has to say 3D gun, a 3D printed gun. He printed it at a friend's house. He made a 3D gun. The student is accused of texting photos of the gun to other students in the school and telling him or her not to attend class. I mean, I guess the threat's real, but come on, a 3D
Could be
gun.
a threat.
Yeah, it's a toy gun that doesn't look realistic at all, doesn't operate, and even the sheriff's deputies the sheriff were saying it's not a real gun. It doesn't fire. It doesn't have a firing pin or anything like that. It's a toy gun. And it's like blue and orange and yellow.
We can't trust the police, can we?
I don't trust anybody. I don't trust you. I don't trust me. Definitely don't trust me.
Yeah, I don't trust you. I saw a pirate the other day. I stole his pee from him.
Yeah?
He was irate. See you next week.
Bye-bye.